Hello, and welcome to the second episode of the Anime Masters of the Apocalypse Anime Talks. I will be your host for this time, and the anime in question that we're going to talk about is Sword Art Online. And with me to talk about this anime, sorry, had to technical issues. With me at this time is the fabulous Anne. Anne, wanna say hello?
Hi.
That was Anne. And also with me is the less fabulous Vlad. But wanna say hello, Vlad?
I feel some sauciness from the other side of the channel. Who owns this fabulous voice? Oh, you haven't introduced yourself.
Well, I would feel like since I am the host, everyone knows who I am, of course. But I will be going by Mass during this session, and my internet name is Horavian. Yes. Ooh. Now, since and you're the one who picked this anime, you will get the honor of coming up with a short summary of what it's about.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, by the way, and I despise you for making me watch this anime so much.
I had to suffer, so you have to suffer.
Like, we're all anime enthusiasts here. Come on, we can be civil.
Sword Art Online is about this VR game, kinda, where people get kind of sucked into the game. Like, they're physically there, they can, like, grab things, they can feel things, they can walk around, and they're playing this medieval game, but when they get into the game, they can't log out, so they're trapped in this video game, and they have to complete the game to come out. And if they die in the game, they die in real life.
If you die in the game, you die for real, man.
For real, game over, man. Game over.
Real game over, man.
So yeah, and now I will ask each of you your very short opinion on the Sword Art Online series overall. We'll get into details as we go further, but just your very short opinion about it.
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I like the idea, but I don't really like the anime. It's okay, like it's watchable, but I wasn't really enjoying rewatching it. Did I say that right? I think I feel like I stumbled on that world.
And Vlad, your take?
Okay. To be frank, it plays with some interesting ideas. The first part of first season is the best part that introduces us to the whole mechanics of the game and all the games that follow after. But the second half of the first season is fucking garbage. It's so bad and so uncomfortable to watch. Yeah, it's so uncomfortable. Gun Gale Online, which is the that's the first part of the second season, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. It the art style and the aesthetics of that game didn't interest me that much, and it also had some very uncomfortable scene. But this second half of the what that would be the third arc of the
Mother's season. Rosario arc, it's called.
Yeah, it hit me. It hit me right in the kokoro, right in the kokoro. So yeah, it suffers very heavily from a garbage protagonist.
But we'll get to the protagonist. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Now, as for me, I actually like when I first saw Sword Art Online, and I remember I actually saw this when it first came out, like back when it was still relatively new. And the two pictures here, right? One of them is with just Kirito and Asuna. And that was the first picture that I actually saw of the series, because I remember I was finding a YouTube video called like top 10 most epic anime soundtracks or whatever it was. And it picked some music from Sword Art Online, and they used that picture. And I thought to myself, this music is great. And that picture, wow, I don't know what this show is about, but it looks really good. Like I actually was very interested in that. So I watched it, and my first impression was that I enjoyed it. But since then, every single time I have like returned to it, it has gotten worse.
Yeah.
So yeah. And also every time I like think about any kind of plot point or really anything that to do with the series, it just falls apart. So I would say, like, for my first experience, it's enjoyable, but just don't think about it too much. If you do, you start realizing that it's not that good, actually. That's my experience with it. Anyway. So, yeah, shall we move on?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. The first subject of today's anime talk is Kirito, MVP or OP. So, and you're the one who picked this.
Yeah, it's like when I watched the show, he's so overpowered. But it's like he's also the most valuable. Well, how the fuck do I say that word? Can I swear on this? Yeah. He's both the MVP and the OP, and I just can't figure out which one, you know? Because he's in a so high level than the rest, and he can just like fight off anyone on his own, which is very unrealistic compared to how everyone else in the game fights. So
yeah, basically throughout the series, Kirito is really shown as being really good at basically everything, actually. And if we just take the first like arc, the Aincrad arc, the first game, there he's supposed to be shown as a like solo player, and he's also, I think, in order to make us buy that he can actually get around as a solo player in this game, they had to show him as being like really strong. I think that's what they're trying to do with that. What's your take, Vlad?
He's every angsty teenager's self-insert in any fan fiction.
Yeah. So his personality is trash. Basically, he has no interesting personality at all. The only thing he has is like, oh, he's a loner. Like we are told he's a loner, yet he gets along with a lot of people really easily.
Yeah, like
so what, is he a loner or isn't he? And what other personality traits does he have? He's like
none.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Chick magnet.
Is that really a personality trait? Because
I don't know.
Like, okay,
it's the only if it counts as a redeeming quality, it would be that.
I would honestly say that it's one of the things that kind of drags the series down, because one of the things with Sword Art Online, it tries to be a lot of different genres at the same time into this. It ends up becoming this entangled mess where it tries to be an action fantasy. It tries to be a slice of life. It tries to be a harem like anime, and it tries to be like psychological drama. It's all put together, and it doesn't know what it wants to be. And I would actually say it in terms of the harem genre, if I'm really going to call it that, where okay, we have one main character and lots of other characters fall for that character. That's basically the harem genre. And I would say it really fails in that department because Kirito, he ends up in a relationship with Asuna. And while he's in this relationship with Asuna, then the other characters, other female characters specifically, they still, well, all feel attracted to Kirito and fall for Kirito. And I hesitate to say that they're flirty with Kirito, but they're definitely like open that they like him. And that comes off as just weird when he's already in this relationship.
Yep.
So what are your takes on this?
On their harem part? Or...
Yeah, on the harem part, specifically that part.
It's like the director of the story is like fantasizing, you know, like he's trying to make a character like that's super strong and hot and cool and everything, and all the girls just like him, you know. It's like the director is just making this fantasy for himself, I think.
Yeah, actually, I think you're not necessarily, I don't think you're necessarily wrong, but I have heard, because this is based on some light novels, right? And I've heard the original author, Reiki Kawahara, he's called. He's gone on record to say that he actually doesn't like strong main characters, and he doesn't like Kirito, apparently, because he doesn't like those kind of characters. He likes weaker characters. And
why did he make it then?
Yeah, not even the author likes Kirito.
Like, if you don't like your own story, then don't do it.
That's the thing. The
Don't
reason why
fucking
he
do
keeps
it
on
if
making
you
more
don't
stuff
like it.
online is because that's one of his stories that's popular. The other story that he wants to focus on, what's it called? Axel World. That's it. It features a much weaker main character, by the way, like the opposite of Kirito, and it's not as popular as Sword Art Online, which he only made for a contest that he won, by the way. Wait, did he win? I'm not sure if he won the contest, but he originally made Sword Art Online for a contest, and he put it online, like a web novel, and then it became hugely popular. People want more, so I think it's like he doesn't like the character, or really maybe not doesn't like the story that much, but it's what brings in the money.
Yeah, it's probably true, but still, if you don't like it, don't make it, you know. If you're not having fun making it, then don't make it. Like, the money isn't that important.
I would disagree. Our money is
maybe
pretty
for
important.
some people.
But anyway, back to Kirito. So yes,
just too OP. He hacked the game inside a game. He hacked the game inside the game. It's just so bad.
How did he even do that? It was just like there was a console there, and he just, I don't know. That was a weird scene, like where he saved you.
Convenient plots.
Yeah. So one thing I will say about him that, yeah, he is one of the things that I think makes Sword Art Online pretty popular for certain groups is that you're supposed to project your own self into the main character, so that it becomes this like power fantasy. Like, I can totally see 13-year-old boys watching this and going like, oh yeah, I'm Kirito, and that's why they like the show. I think that's, and then I think that's at least partly for a reason for why the show is actually pretty popular, even though it has all these story flaws.
I must say he has a cool jacket.
Oh yeah, the black jacket.
Yeah, that black jacket with nonsensical ribbons all over it,
and the
then
fidget spinner on
one piece. Yeah, fidget spinner.
Look at that! Yeah, the fidget like on this one right here.
He looks like a neckbeard guy. He really looks like he would have a neckbeard and a fedora and a samurai sword on his wall.
Yeah, in real life.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah. Luckily, he's hot in real life too.
Oh yeah. Actually,
isn't he has the same haircut as any other fucking anime
protagonist
character. Yeah, there's so many characters who has this haircut. and it
Yeah.
looks so bad in real life. If you take
really
one
does. Yeah.
big strand of hair and put it between your fucking eyes, it's so bad.
Okay, one thing they say in the show about Kirito is the fact that he's apparently super duper smart. Like there's that one time where he's a detective, he figures out a murder case, and then later on, they actually say that when Kirito was, I think, was 6 years old, he built his own computer.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. So Vladdy, when you were 6 years old, could you build your own computer?
No, but I could make the perfect Pokemon team, I guess. That counts for something, right?
That's weak, man. You can't even make a computer.
Make your own. Oh
Like,
man.
Kirito could make one when he was 6 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, like what a chat,
So
right?
he's smart, handsome, and
Strong.
strong.
In the video games, every time he comes into a real fight, like in the real world, he always loses. That's actually pretty funny.
Nah, he won against that guy who's a fucking creep in the Elfheim.
No, he didn't. He got like stabbed and everything.
Oh
Oh.
yeah, but he got the knife and got the knife from him and yeah, made him surrender, right?
Yeah, I think he made him surrender, but he was still pretty pathetic looking.
Yeah.
It was still pretty bad looking character.
Yeah.
Though they did show that somehow Kirito, he gained like swordsmanship skills in the real world from
That's so bad.
like from the video game.
Oh god, fucking shit.
Yeah, remember when he's like in a match against his sister, who's apparently won like tournaments before or something.
Who's the best Kirito of all the Kiritos?
I don't know.
I'll put my money on the first one. The first one. The real,
the one that's an
real
actual
deal.
avatar.
The one that's not Kirito. The what is it called? Girly one? The one where he looks like a girl.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna take the girly one as well,
fun.
just because like the scenes themselves when he's using a lightsaber and hitting bullets, I think they look cool.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah.
I think it's very in that scene where he chose the lightsaber. The girl, I don't remember the girl. What is she called? The green haired Xenon. Yeah. She said all kinds of different all kind of names for a lightsaber, and then she ended with and some other thing I don't remember. There wasn't. That's a lightsaber you don't remember.
Don't they call it like a photon blade in the series or something?
Yeah.
I don't remember anything of this at all.
Yeah.
It's where they use guns.
Yes, the gun.
Yeah, like with that girl who, when she was a little girl, she shot a robber or something, and then she has PTSD from it.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about PTSD, but it seemed logical. It made so much sense.
Yeah, it's. We'll talk about her a bit later. Let's focus on Kirito for now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, one thing I will say about Kirito is anytime in the series they try to give him some character, they backtrack on it. Like when remember in one of the first episodes where he joins this crew in that it's only one episode, and then they all die. Yeah. Like his first girl, Sachi, she dies, and he gets super saddened about it, and then he gets over it. In like one episode. The entire them dying and him being sad about it, it's all one episode, and then they're not mentioned again.
It's like a sociopath or something. No feelings at
doesn't
all.
it come up? Doesn't it come up in?
I think Asuna and Kirito have one conversation about it. But that's about it. Where they talk about Sachi, the girl.
We don't leave anyone behind or something. Even though it's not. They are not gonna die in Elfheim.
Oh yeah! Whenever Kirito is on, like, I won't let anyone die in the Elfheim game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. What are you afraid
Sounds like
of? We need to wait until their character respawn or something.
Yeah, and what's funny is that like Leafa, his sister, who's also with him, like her reaction is so weird because to her it should just be a game, but she's like, oh wow, he's actually not letting people die or something. Like, why are you impressed by that? To you, this should just be a normal video game. It just should be like playing World of Warcraft. Like, really? It should just be like, well, I died. Well, that's annoying. That should be the reaction.
Mass, is it
Hmm?
is it the question about how we can transform into a monster? Is that answered further into the series?
No.
We have only watched the 2. It's not. He just becomes a monster and
well, it's explained that it's an illusion. It's illusion magic. He's a Spriggan, which
That's so
uses
bad.
illusion magic. It doesn't
But
make
that's not an
sense
illusion.
because he actually grabs them and kills them and all that. So yeah, it makes absolutely no sense from story-wise, but that's how they explain it, that it's illusion
so
magic.
OP. So OP. Oh.
Well, he's Kirito. He is OP.
He's Kirito.
Yeah.
He has
Don't you know
no
that one of
fucking
the
spine in that picture?
What?
He has no spine in that picture.
He does not.
His
The one
crutch
to
is
the right?
yeah, his crutch is pointing at us, but his back is also pointing at
Yeah.
us.
Well, to be fair, that's inside the video games. You can kind of get out of that.
Maybe it's a bug.
Yeah, that would
He's
be
just
fun.
like bugging out.
Again, he's a hacker, so
Oh, yeah.
no
true.
no spine.
Oh,
hack.
that's why he's so strong in the game. He just hacks
Of
it. So
course,
it gives
he
him all
just
his
hacked
best
the
stats.
game.
Of course, that's why. Now, I think we should soon move on. But one last thing that I want to bring up is that I think the show would actually be better if Kirito was not the main focus. Because as the show, now the sword is called Sword Art Online for the game, but really the show itself is not really about Sword Art Online. It's about the adventures of Kirito, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I think someone like Klein, he would be okay to see his story instead because he's more like a noob.
My man Klein.
We'll talk about Klein later, but yeah, but I think Sword Art Online itself would actually have worked a lot better, I think, if it was actually more like an anthology series where in each episode we'll follow someone different and seeing how they are trying to sort of like survive this game world.
Yeah.
I think that would be an interesting idea. Instead, we're just following like whatever Kirito is doing, and you just like focus on him.
And every time we jump over to another character, it's always
only in relation to Kirito.
Yeah, it's only in relation, and it will always be that how Kirito can react to that.
Yeah, like there's the Lisbeth gets an episode where it's basically about how she's getting hot for Kirito in that episode. That's just it. And then Silica gets an episode, and then it's about how she gets the hots for him, and that's basically that's their contribution to the first season. So should we move on, or do we have anything more we want to say about Kirito?
Should we summarize
what
Kirito?
Well, he's anime protagonist.
Stale piece of bread. He's so stale.
Yeah,
okay,
he is.
I'm done.
Okay, so we agree pretty much none of us actually likes the guy.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. The supporting characters. Okay, these are basically all of the supporting characters that I felt was worthy of a mention. Like there are other characters there, but they don't appear as much as these ones. So there's not much to say about each of them. So I think we should just take them like one at a time. So we got Klein as the first one, the red-haired dude.
Oh man Klein.
Yeah, and he is. I really like Klein because
I really like him too.
He's just such a nice guy, and things just doesn't end that well for him. He just does not have that much success. Yeah. So I feel for you, dude, Klein. Yeah. And he has a thing for samurais, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
What
He's
about you,
a-
Anne? What do you think?
What about Klein?
Yeah, Klein.
Like I said, I think he should have been the main character. I think it's more interesting, honestly.
I actually think that I don't think
I
Klein
agree.
should have been the main character, and I don't think Kirito should have either. I actually think Asuna should have been the main character, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Yeah,
Also agree.
because Asuna, as we see, she doesn't have any experience with like video games. So if we saw it from her point of view, it would have been a perfect like setup for actually explaining everything to us, the viewer, through the eyes of Asuna, because since she would also be a newbie, and then we could slowly like experience how she goes from having never played the game into becoming this pro, like really good at this, and then seeing her experiences. I think that would be a much more interesting story than seeing Kirito, who is sometimes said by other characters to play too much video games. So yeah, anyway. Then we got Eggle.
His backstory is actually a little bit sad. How he got
Eggles?
into the game. Yeah.
Oh, with his wife and all.
Yeah,
Was
with his wife. He thinking himself lucky that he was the one to be locked in the game, but
Yeah.
he had a wife and a shop. It's
A
a bar
bar,
cafe.
yeah.
It's a cafe bar thing, and his wife just stayed with him all
What's funny,
the
we
3 years.
never
It's so
see his
heartwarming.
wife.
No, we don't.
Oh, that's true.
What
So-
a girl character that isn't in love with Kirito?
Oh, we
What?
couldn't show that, of course.
Oh my god.
That might break the power fantasy.
Oh my god. Imagine if his wife was in the story, but she also fell in love with Kirito.
That would be
That would have been
hilarious.
It's
funny.
And tragic.
Am I the only one who thinks it's very disgusting that the nurse has the hots for Kirito while he's
Well, dude,
locked in
that's
the game?
obvious
Oh.
why we need all of the female characters, each one needs to check a specific fetish. I can should I round them up? We got the
Please.
sister, we got the little girl, we got the nurse, and we got the warrior as well with like Asuna and so forth.
But then again, we don't have a evil mommy character. We don't have a antagonist that's an evil mommy character that has the hots for Kirito. Why?
Season 3.
Season 3. No, serious.
Well, kind of, yeah, actually.
Damn.
Well, she's not a
I
mommy,
should
but she
watch
has
now.
like the mom has some
Femdom. Mom.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I will-
anyway,
I will have to analyze that later.
analyze, yes. I
Analyze,
also
yes.
analyze anime in bed when I'm alone.
I swear it's for a project, man.
For scientific reasons.
It's a scientific reasons, man.
Yeah. So anyway, Eggle, also a nice guy. He opens a shop in the game, and I wish they'd shown more of that actually. But
Yeah,
again,
I actually
it's-
find it really interesting, like the people in the game who just like settled down and like made a life in the game.
yeah,
I think that's like way more interesting than the guys fighting the boss fights.
I agree. And I actually think like one of the things with the series is that it tried to go full on like science fiction, but to me it almost feels like the story wanted to be like fantasy, but it couldn't go all the like the fan
All the
couldn't
way.
go take the complete fantasy tropes as it wanted because it is science fiction.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he opens a shop and he's an interesting character. He uses a big axe, which I appreciate.
He's
Mhm.
cool. I
Yeah, he's
would take a beer with him too.
Yes. Would you also take a beer with the next character, Sachi?
I don't remember her. She's
Well-
the only character in this on this slide. I don't remember.
She
who is
dies.
Oh, she's the character who dies.
Yes, and she sings like a Christmas song for Kirito.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Christmas.
Oh, I
Oh,
wouldn't take a drink with her, honestly.
No, the fact that she expected her own death So she recorded that Christmas song in advance and sent
so
it
creepy.
as a message to Kirito that would open up specifically on Christmas Eve. And then it starts off with like, oh, I'm probably dead now. So anyway, Merry Christmas. Like, what? So yeah.
Wait, did she die to the Santa?
No. She died because of
Oh.
that
It
that
was a trap,
Yeah.
with that chest in
Ah.
our room, and then all these creatures came out and stuff.
Yeah, like golems or whatever it was. And then Kirito
Yeah.
was the only survivor, and then the other guy who wasn't there, he murdered himself when he heard the news.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty tragic story, but hey, Kirito gets over it after one episode, so do I.
He does.
So again, these would have been more interesting characters than Kirito would have, because as far as we know, they're a computer club, like her and her friends. Like, and they're now in the game, and Sachi, she's scared that because she might not be that good at the game, then she'll end up dragging the others down, and then they could actually die. Like, that's some interesting characterization, hard word, for this kind of thing, but it's not focused on.
No.
Like, because again, Kirito is a loner, and nothing he really does ends up hurting the others. I don't Kirito blames himself for their death, but it's not his fault. They were idiots. Like, that's not his fault.
The episode would have been better if we started with her background story with that, and then again the whole thing was from her viewpoint. Perspective. And she met Kirito, and they joined him into this dungeon, and then she died. It would have been a better episode.
Yeah. Again, Kirito is dragging the story down.
Yeah.
Is this going to be the thing we keep on mentioning again? Like last time it was Light's abusiveness, and this time it's Kirito's what a bad characterness. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Sachi does not really much to say. She can hum a good tune. I'll give her that. All right. Silica.
Yes,
the
this
little
skirt
girl.
flip girl.
Yes. Oh,
Is she
God.
the one with the dragon? Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Dragon Tamer Silica is her in-game name, I think. Like, again, I'm sure that if we had focused more on her, she could have been an interesting character. But as it is, she likes her dragon, and she likes Kirito. That's what we know about her.
That's pretty much her
character.
Character. She likes her dragon, and she likes Kirito.
Oh, and she doesn't like her skirt getting flipped by plants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fan service. Yay.
Yeah, I almost feel bad. Do we really have nothing else to say about Silica?
Nope.
She uses a dagger,
nothing.
I guess. Okay.
The most interesting the most interesting part of the whole story with her that was when the dragon died and how she reacted. That was the best thing. But then again, she got a new one in the Alpine Online. It's just so weird. It's a bit weird how why don't we have an episode where she gets a new dragon in Alfheim Online, and she's again overjoyed that she feels like it's the old dragon, I don't know, Peanut or something.
That would require giving her screen time. That isn't with Kirito.
Oh.
Okay, by the way, one thing I want to mention. Kirito mentions that the reason he helped her apparently was because she looked like his sister.
Yes.
She does not look like
she
his
does
sister.
not.
So I don't know what the hell Kirito was thinking. And we see like this is how she looks in real life, like Silica. She also has this like hair, I think, and they don't look at all. Just like,
No.
I don't know. Maybe this was while the author wrote that while he didn't think about that the sister would appear in the next volume. So
I think so, yeah.
So he just forgot about that, maybe. Yeah. Okay. That's Silica. She's the little girl character. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to Lisbeth.
How do you remember all these names?
How do you not?
Clue.
Look, I'm
I
getting
only
paid for
remembered
actually
Klein.
remembering these names, so
Oh,
okay, I'm not getting paid, but as the moderator or administrator for this session, I have to be able to remember these names.
Okay.
what's her name again? Elizabeth.
Yeah, Lisbeth.
Actually, I like the idea of her. I always like the crafty smithing big fuck off hammer girls, just because they hit a special kind of cute.
Yeah,
They hit a special kind of cute. But that's again, there's so many of them in anime, so she's
again,
really
she's
drowned.
shaking up the female character fetish.
Yep, she's drowned out in the crowd.
I appreciate at least that they gave her an interesting hair color.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, her real hair color in real life is black, so I like that she like if you're in a video game, it's normal to give yourself a whack hair color, and that's a bit whack to me.
And that's a bit whack too.
It's more whack than just black.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Do we have anything to say about her?
Well, she falls in love with Kirito and she owns a blacksmith
Wow,
shop.
does she?
Yeah,
Wow.
she does. Good job. And well, she's really good at her blacksmith shop at Swords We Work.
What?
You know, she's good at making swords.
Okay.
But she was she the one who made Kirito's blue sword? Oh, did she at all make something to him?
Yes. She made like one of his swords that he used in the final battle in the first game.
We never see that smithery again. Never.
No, like
only that episode.
Is she still a smith in the other games that we see her in? Like we don't see anything with her, do we?
I don't think so. No.
Is smithing even a thing in Alfheim? Is that a thing they can
probably not? No.
Be in the game?
They craft. There's a crafting option.
Yes, but is there specifically a like smithing option?
If there is, I don't know about it.
Same.
Well, I think they said in the series that they based the servers on Sword Art Online. That's why Kirito's stats and all could transfer. So it's possible that they have the same like things that they can do. Possible.
Yes, I guess that's true.
I mean, even it's not like they show her enough to really confirm it.
No.
I'm just grasping at straws, honestly, because she gets one episode and that's it. She fights a dragon with him. That's pretty cool. I mean, she doesn't actually do anything in the fight, but
let's move on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's move on. She's so
okay, that's Lisbeth. She makes swords. Okay, the next character is. Do you want to say her name, Vlad?
I don't remember her name.
What, you don't remember her name?
No, I have deleted from my memory.
Okay, that's Kirito's sister. Her real name is Sukuha Kirigara, and her online name is Lifa.
Okay.
And I have taken the picture I have here is her like Alfheim online avatar. I could also have taken a picture of her real life face, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's how she looks in the Alfheim game.
Disgusting. It's so disgusting. It's so no.
Okay, she's arguably the main girl of the second part of the first season, because Asuna is being busy being trapped in a bird cage.
Busy being trapped.
Well, yes.
She's busy being a damsel in distress.
Well, we'll talk about that later. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So anyway, talking about Lifa, her character, she is Kirito's sister, who, according to the show, they did not have that good a relationship. Like before Kirito was trapped in the game, because Kirito found out that they weren't actually sisters, they were cousins, and that made him not like having a kind of odd relationship with her. But then he got trapped in the game for those years, and now they're trying to mend fences as it is. But in all this time, she was actually secretly in love with him.
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
Real Alabama vibes here. Real Alabama vibes.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's the
vibes.
story. And then once they get out, this is a very quick summary of the Alfheim arc. Like when Kirito starts playing Alfheim, and she meets his Alfheim avatar, she starts falling in love with the Kirito in the game, and then she becomes like, but I'm in love with my brother already. And she becomes super confused, and then she finds out the same person. She's hella confused. And it's a weird thing.
Mm.
Yeah,
I understand we have different cultures, and in Japan, it's fine to marry your cousin, but in Europe, it is, isn't it?
in Japan you can, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it also depends on like
Europe-
where in Japan you are, as some of the
Yeah.
rules change. It's kind of like USA in that regard.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
but here in Europe, that's incest. Plain and simple, that's incest. That's disgusting. You should not.
yeah, okay. If we look past all the her having falling in love with her brother, what can we say about her? She's
Sorry, I just can't remember anything to say about her.
she does like swordsmanship in her spare time. Yeah. Remember, their house has a dojo.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the house.
Yeah, that was the house.
Oh,
Their family has like a dojo, and I think there was something about Kirito not wanting to take off the family dojo-ness, so that
Yeah, he
then
didn't
she
want
had do it.
to do that stuff, so she went all in instead.
Yeah, so
Because
he didn't have
grandfather
to.
or something got angry or whatever.
Yeah, again, it's something that's briefly mentioned, never brought up
Yeah.
again. Doesn't actually matter. Like I'm just gonna say, if a plot point is brought up and forgotten, then it didn't matter in the first place.
Mm.
is she actually a better swordsman than Kirito?
In the real world, yes.
But in the gaming world, she's not.
No.
Oh, that's
Probably
so
not.
dumb.
No.
It would actually be. I'm trying to make her interesting, but it wouldn't really matter. But it would be more interesting if her skills in real life actually applied to the gaming world.
That would be interesting. It wouldn't be that good a game if it was for like mainstream audience. I think you could easily be too easy to cheat with that, but okay, but here's the thing. One thing, if I have to give her character some credit, there is an idea here that okay, two siblings, they don't have that good a relationship for whatever reason, but then they meet each other in the game, they don't know who each other are, and then because of that, they can actually get a good relationship. Not love a relationship, by the way, but actually make find out that they actually can.
Wait,
Didn't
didn't she immediately recognize Kirito when she saw him?
No, she did
in the
it first later, like many episodes later.
But he's the spitting image. He just has
Don't
another
question it,
haircut.
dude. Don't question that.
That's so dumb. Oh,
I know that's dumb, but it's like I said, what I've said about Sword Online, it's a bunch of good ideas done poorly. And this is one of them. There is a story to be made here, I think, with two siblings having a bad relationship for whatever reason, but then they meet inside a video game, they don't know who each other are, and then they figure out they actually can like each other. There's a story to be made there. It just isn't here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I also mention that yeah, the show keeps on reminding us of it, so I might as well also say it. She has the biggest breast of all the female characters.
Yeah.
It's
constantly, and And the fan service is uncomfortable. The amount of fan service.
The only character that rivals her when it comes to fan service is Asuna.
Yeah.
So yeah, for some reason the show really likes her. They really like the sister for some reason. And since we are supposed to project ourselves into the Kirito character, that's concerning.
Wait, how old was Asuna in the game?
She was a year older than Kirito.
Ah. Fine.
Yeah. Okay. Moving from sister to daughter, we have Yui.
Daughter.
Yeah, their AI daughter.
Yeah, the
I hate
AI
her.
girl, the AI daughter.
It was
Oh,
so.
God.
She kept calling him daddy, and it was so fucking
Papas.
awful.
She always
Yeah,
used the word papa.
Always daddy, papa, mama.
Yeah.
It's so annoying, and it's
It
so
was so
it
cringe.
ends up being uncomfortable too, because it just sounds like the anime tries to make some fetish out of it.
They try to make her like really having this like cutesy.
Yeah, it is.
But it doesn't work.
Yeah, it ends up being uncomfortable in the long run.
To be fair to the show, I will give them this. There is not any fan service with Yui. I will give them
Thank
that.
God. Thank God.
I don't think it would be legal if they had.
You'd be surprised at what they would do.
Oh yeah. I don't think that would stop them. But
also, since she's an AI, she can technically be any age you want her to be. So like I'm sure they could get away with it somehow.
Who was the guy who made Sword Online again?
Kayaba Akihiko.
Yeah, in fact, Kayaba, he made the code for her like 6 years ago, so more than that, 18 years ago. So in reality, her code is like 23 years old. So that makes her illegal or something. Shit.
Oh.
And actually, why is she in the form of a little girl? Like, was that?
Not sure.
Did Kayaba wake up one day and think, this program I have that's going to like talk with the characters in the game, it needs to be in the form of a little girl. Genius. Because apparently she was made to be like a psychologist for the players, like in-game psychologist.
Okay.
I think that was her original intention. So is the most, I don't know. So if you knew you were going to talk to a psychologist, would you want to talk your deepest heart out to a little girl? AI?
To a little girl? No.
No, I was like, so why
No
this
way.
form? It's what I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe because she's like innocent,
She kills a Grim Reaper in the game. That's not
Yeah,
really,
but like the image of a little girl is innocent.
I guess.
Think
I
about
mean,
this.
if you have to like talk to someone who's like a therapist, you don't want like someone who's the opposite of innocent, So I don't know.
Oh, I would have Satan as my therapist.
Oh, there should be
He would
like different kind of people you could choose.
Yeah, he would just say, "Oh, you think that's bad? Listen to this, Sonny. Oh, your problems is bad. Once upon a time, I had this patient who like killed 4,000 kittens or something, and you think you have problems."
Yeah, but again, Yui. Okay, I would say that the idea about her character isn't that bad. With her being an AI that has that's very human-ish and ends up becoming like friends with the main characters, regardless of what the game itself actually wants or what the game creators actually want. That's an interesting story idea. But again, what they end up doing with it, yeah, she ends up becoming their daughter. I don't know.
I just need to say that she's very human-ish in an anime standpoint.
Of course. Yeah, that's why I said human-ish.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for elaborating.
No problem.
But yeah,
She becomes
think about this. Asuna and Kirito gets a daughter, but with none of the unpractical things like putting them to sleep in a timely manner, feeding her.
I mean, she's
Well,
like a dead
she-
object, you know. She's not a living being. They're just having a doll that can talk, kind of.
Yeah, I think was this this is the I think like I mentioned before, the show tried to be like a slice of life. Was this the show really trying to be like as a slice of life as it could be, like having Kirito and Asuna, they just married and now they have a daughter, they have the father and mother roles?
Nope. They barely dip their toes in it. I don't even. If they tried to, it didn't. That thought didn't even hit me at all.
I think the show was trying to be like, oh, this is the slice of life, like genre that we're showing here. I don't think it worked that well, but yeah.
Wait a second.
Let's move on.
Yeah. I just need to. Don't we have an interesting character until Gun Gale Online, really? Other than, again, is Asuna that interesting until her arc?
Well, I think Asuna is, again, she's who I believe should have been the main character. So I think if she got the time to shine, then yeah, she would be interesting enough. I think many of these characters could be interesting characters, but they're not shown enough to really be it.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, what's your take on Yui becoming a pixie in Alfheim?
Which one is Yui?
Oh, the one we just talked about, the little girl, the
Oh.
daughter.
That's the daughter.
She becomes a pixie
Right.
in Alfheim Online.
Yes, practical size. Yes.
She can fly.
Yay.
Well,
It doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter.
no.
Okay, it didn't mean anything to you. All right.
Now she's just Navi from Legend of Zelda, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this is Xenon, and she is actually a character.
Yes,
We
finally.
did it.
Like
We did it.
we found a character. It only took us how many? Like she actually has an interesting backstory. She has actually an interesting reason for why she's doing what she's doing, and generally I like her as a character.
Yeah, she's alright.
Me too. But the
I
fan
mean-
service is just weird.
Yeah, for some reason the show really likes to show off her ass.
Yeah. Every time she's sniping that ass.
Yeah, like zoom in on her ass
Every
and it's weird.
Yeah. It was so weird, the episode where Kirito and her had their last fight against each other. The bus, the broken down bus she was sitting in, the seats were just down back enough to show her ass. It was so weird. Because in front of the bus, the seats is almost up to the window, but in this bus, yes, lots of foot room. Yes.
And should we go over the different parts of her character that we actually like, or that I like at least? Like, okay, her backstory, that she when she was very young, she got involved in was it a bank robbing?
Yep.
Yeah, and there was this crazy dude who was clearly high on drugs that was close to killing her mother, who was also there, and she somehow got a hold of his gun, and then she shot him to death, and it basically traumatized her, so that now she gets really ill every time she sees a gun. And so to try to counteract that fear, she plays this gun game. And
Again, I don't know anything about PTSD, so I can't.
I heard that's
can't...
actually a real thing.
Oh, confronting.
Yeah,
Is it getting
confronting
better
your
by-
fear by actually playing video games. Yeah, that's actually I've heard that's a real thing.
I mean, you
Oh.
can also do that with phobias. You know, if you're scared of spiders, then play a game where there's spiders in it. You know, it's like anything you're scared
that's
of. You can.
debatable, but
No, for some people it works. You know, like there's these VR games where there's just spiders on the table. You know. to,
okay,
like, make you feel
let's
more
move
comfortable.
on from. We were talking about
Yes,
guns,
it's cool.
right? Yeah,
Well,
and she
it-
uses she uses a sniper rifle. She's like the sniper, and that's her character, like part of her character, and I like that. That she's not just like one of the things with Kirito. He's a swordsman, and then Asuna also she's also using a sword. But here, Kirito he's still a swordsman, but she's a sniper. That's her thing. So I
And
appreciate
she's
that
a
they
gun
actually,
nerd.
yeah.
It's actually cool that she is a gun nerd.
Mm.
She
Also,
knows
I
a
like
lot
her
about
blue hair.
guns.
I'm just gonna say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the pins, the block pins.
Yeah, those, I
Probably-
don't know what they are, but they work for some reason.
It would seem too heavy to actually have in the hair, but the design is cool. I like
Yeah,
it.
and that's the point. They're in a video game, so
Yay!
as long as it looks cool, that's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have
Uh,
chose. I specifically chose her like in-game avatar for this picture. I could have chosen her real life, like how she
She's
looks
so
in real
plain.
life. But she
She's
still
so
looks,
plain in that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that actually helps in her character that she's supposed to be like this normal person, but when she's in a game, she's like, oh, she's wild.
Yeah, she's a hero.
Basically, she's one of the best players in the server.
Mm.
Now, of course, what ends up happening to her character is that she ends up needing Kirito to save her. And
Does she?
yeah, because she ends up, because the villain Death Gun ends up using a gun, like this, the very same gun that she used to kill that guy in her past, and she ends up becoming whole. Oh my god, no, it can't be, I can't do anything, I can't shoot. It's an entire thing. But yeah. And
the scenes burned into my retina.
which scene?
Oh, the the apartment where the
Where her
so-called guns. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she has a friend.
Are we talking about all those scenes?
Should we talk about the scene?
Which scenes? I don't remember that at all.
Okay, Vladdy, you want to go here?
The sexual harassment scenes. All of them.
Oh, well,
All
okay.
fucking of them.
Okay, so both in game and out of game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're constant. Why do we need a sexual harassment? Not even a harassment. It's what is it called? I don't even know the name of it. It's not
What
rape.
happened?
What?
Okay. In Alpine, there wasn't anything in the first part of season 1, was there? I don't remember.
Don't remember either.
No, but okay. Alfheim Online. I don't remember his name. Who's creepy guy? McCreep.
You mean the main villain?
Yeah, the main villain. Whoever. Yeah. He touches Asuna while she's bound up, and while he's doing
we'll
it,
get to talk about that specific villain
Okay,
later on. So
fine.
you can't
Okay,
talk about
fine.
him right
okay,
now.
I will jump to Sion then. Okay, Sion. She's in the game, and they find out that Death Gun is actually a duo of bad people,
Mhm.
and the one who's
Actually killing them.
yeah, who's actually killing them is Sion's good friend that she knows in real life.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, this friend really likes Sion and wants to have his way with her. So he sneaks into her apartment while she's in game and can't move. It's so fucking nerve-wracking and creepy. And
To be fair,
almost
we don't know actually if he did anything to her while she was like in game. We don't know. He might have, but
Stop.
don't put that image in my brain. Please.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's creepy, and I don't know why. Oh, why Sword Art Online? Why do you want to do this with all the? Oh, okay, fine. I'm over it. It happened.
okay. Should I take over?
Yeah, take over. I'm
So,
burned out.
Xenon, he has a friend, a male character, who has throughout the episodes, who's been very supportive of her, saying, "You can do it, Xenon. Don't worry about it," actually helping her out. But then, towards the end of that arc, after the villain has been defeated and all that, we find out that yes, that friend is actually in league with Defcon, and then he really loves Xenon, and then he tries to rape her.
Oh God, fucking damn it.
Yeah,
and it's just the whole setup. She logs out of the game. No one is there, and then the doorbell rings,
and he's outside.
Yeah, hey, it's him, because they made an agreement to meet up afterwards to celebrate that the tournament was over, right?
Yeah,
and he had some treats, cake or something, but then shit hits the fan. So,
and of course, Kirito comes to the rescue.
Yes.
Mads, I think we need to bleep out the R word before we post this.
Why?
Because YouTube isn't okay with that word.
Hey, you mentioned like a terrorist by name last time. I think we'll be fine.
Let's wait until the episode gets taken down.
Look, if
really,
YouTube says that this is
we
not
need to
wrong,
bleep out that word for real.
I think we'll be
like
fine.
I'm 100% serious. We need to bleep it.
Well, as long as I put it not for kids, it'll be fine. We might get demonetized, but
let's find out that in post.
It's not something we are allowed to say on YouTube.
Well, there are plenty of words we're not allowed to say, but the only thing that's going to happen is that we're going to be it's going to get demonetized so that we can't get any money from it, and it's going to be made like not for kids.
Yeah, but I think we will also be hidden more from people, so we are less likely to be seen.
Yes, that's what I said. We'll be less likely to be seen, but we'll be fine.
Okay.
Well, have we talking about enough about Sion now and all the uncomfortable bits?
We have.
Okay. Let's move on to another character. Actually, a soul, yeah. She's good. I don't remember her name.
Yuki.
Who is she? Yuki. She's cute and she's cool, and she actually defeats Kirito in one battle.
It's canonically confirmed that she's better than Kirito.
Yeah. Who is she? I don't remember her at all.
She appeared like at the very last arc of Sword Art Online 2, where Asuna's the main character.
I don't remember.
I would actually say it was the second best arc. It hit me a little bit in the feels. The last bit.
I actually agree. It had some interesting story ideas that actually worked better than others. With focus on the relationship between Asuna and her family, and then the relationship that she ends up getting with these other people. The entire arc was very much relationship based.
Yeah, and how what Yuki, right? That was her name, right?
Yeah, Yuki.
Yeah, and how Yuki again encouraged Asuna to speak up her mind in front of her mom. That was cool too.
Yeah,
it was good.
One thing I will say, the explanation they give for why Yuki is a better swordsman than Kirito is BS. I'm just gonna say, because it goes against the explanation they gave in the former arc about why Kirito is so much better than Xenon at a game. Because like in the Gun Gale one, they say that because the Kirito was in Sword Art Online, where if they didn't do well at the game, they died. That means that they had to become really good at the game. And that's the basic explanation for why he's so good at the game. That's the explanation they give. But then later on, in the Yuki series of episodes, they explain that the reason why the Yuki is better than both Asuna and Kirito is because she's been living the game for an additional year than them. That's not the same explanation. So I call BS. You can't have two different explanations for why these characters are good. And the one explanation makes a lot more sense than me. The fact that they had to actually survive.
Yeah, but wasn't the other reason that she's constantly locked in?
Yeah, but so were they.
Oh,
when they were in Sword Art Online, you know.
Right.
And also, she never had to fight to the death. Like she never had to try to survive, right. As opposed to when they were in Sword Art Online.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I just don't think the explanation is kind of BS. But the story, it's inconsistent. But the story itself is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And again,
so sad.
And again, there's a focus on Asuna, the character who should have been the main character. I'm just saying.
I still think Klein should have been.
Me too.
He's cool.
Oh, he is cool, but I still would think that he would have, if he had been the main character, we would have ended up with some of the same problems that Kirito has as the main character.
Like what?
Like the fact that he's also a big gamer. So as opposed to Asuna, who wasn't a gamer, I think that it would work better, like the slowly progress. You would change, character development would come.
What was the reason Asuna played Sword Art Online? Do we ever get it?
Or I don't think so.
Yeah, we do. It's because it was her brother who actually bought the game, but he had to. But he had to, like, for some reason he couldn't play it because of some business meeting or something. And she was like, "Oh, hey, could I try this thing you just bought?" He's like, "Sure." And then she got trapped in the game.
We ever see her brother?
No.
Oh God. We see her mom a lot. We see her dad a tiny bit.
Oh yeah, they're in the hospital where he's about to sell her off while she's in a coma.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That was so weird, but yeah. Okay. Should we talk more about Yuki?
Yeah.
She's a good character. Cool. We like her, and she has a good backstory. She's actually a character.
Yeah,
that's cool. I like it.
Should we move on?
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
please.
It.
Yeah. Damsels in distress.
Yeah. I wrote this topic because of those two episodes. Like first he meets that the computer club friends,
Yeah.
In the season 1, and that the weak girl, I don't remember her name. The weak girl who dies, like she needs
Sachi.
a lot. Yes, she needs a lot of help. And then the next episode, the girl we meet again, the girl with the dragon, she also can fight. Like there's just so many women in this story that needs Kirito's help to survive.
Yeah.
Compared to the men who's there, like all the women are just weak for some reason.
Well, again, that comes back to the whole power fantasy thing. I think that's the reason. Like, so Kirito as the hero, comes in, shows his stuff, and then the girl falls for him. It's pretty classic power fantasy.
Yeah.
And I think for, 13-year-old boys, they could get into that.
Probably.
But one good thing, and which leads to a bad thing, is that Asuna in the first arc, the Aincrad arc, she is very much not a damsel in distress and is actually a pretty competent character.
Mm-hmm.
But then once that arc ends and we get to the Alfheim arc, oh boy,
All the power is stripped.
her entire character in that entire arc is just being a damsel in distress. But the entire conflict of the arc is that Kirito has to save her. That's the plot. So way to take the only like strong female character you had in the series and then turn her into a damsel in distress in the second arc.
Yeah, it's just bad.
Yeah, and it's also in that arc that where we begin to see a lot of fan service with Asuna, and it's very uncomfortable fan service as well. Yeah. Not to mention when we first see her, she's in a hospital bed, she's in a coma. And
where he fucking smells her hair.
Yeah.
That's Stranger Danger level.
And admittedly, if they want me to hate the next villain, well, you succeeded, but I don't hate him in a good way. I hate him in a bad way. No, that I don't want to watch this.
Not complex. He's not complex at all. He's just a creep.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get to the villains later, but
okay.
So we should be careful with how much we talk about. But yeah, this is a problem that Sword Art Online really has. And it keeps on going with almost all of the seasons, that at some point the female characters are a damsel in distress, which Kirito has to save. It also happens with Xenon. Like even in the arc with Asuna and Yuki, there's still a scene where Kirito comes in to save the day. So
yeah, it's sad that all the but also every time we have a character where they build up, one of the characters that doesn't suffer from that is Yuki, actually.
Yeah,
she's actually one character that doesn't have all her power stripped away from her. She ends at the top, but many other female characters just they start out as strong independent characters, and slowly but surely until the final unmentionable scenes happen, they just get ripped apart.
Well, basically, most of the female characters that are there, they only get like focus for a very short amount of time, and after that focus is taken away from them, they just become harem members.
Yep.
Really,
collector's cards in Kirito's deck.
Basically, like after, like Sukuha is basically the main female character of the Alfheim arc, but after that arc is over, she just becomes that female character that are also there. The only female.
What character? Sukuha?
His sister.
Oh. Okay, fine. I don't remember the names.
Do we have to like prepare the name of the characters before we start next time?
No.
Okay.
Much funnier this way.
Really, the fact that I have to remind you about everyone. Okay, so yeah, again,
it's just a testament to how bad they are.
Yeah, but again, the only female character with really any weight throughout the entire series is Asuna, I would say. Even if she gets turned into complete damsel in distress in the second part of the first season, after that, she still gets to do some stuff in the later seasons. So yeah, she's the only female character that still does something after her quote-unquote arc is over.
Yeah.
And you realize there are lots of damsels in distress in the series, but are there ever any guys that Kirito has to save?
Climb in the first episode.
That's right. Yeah, in the first episode, yeah.
Yeah.
He has to teach him the game.
Yeah.
Do we have a slide just with Klein?
No.
Okay. I really like Klein, especially the scene where he's such a man. He's just a good man. He even though it could be a trap, he saves what's she called, the
that NPC.
Yeah, the NPC. and afterwards he asks a goddess for her number, and he gets a smile, and that's all he wanted. It's hits right in the field. He's just so,
the way I see
samurais,
that
and he likes samurais.
yeah, like that entire arc is basically the only time where they're actually playing the game. So any sort of seriousness that's happening in that arc in any way, that's just the characters having fun. That's my headcanon. They're just having fun. It's like
they're killing all the NPC monsters. How bad?
They were they're just acting. They're having fun. It's called role playing, dude.
Yeah. In that arc, they're literally just trying to stop what is called the World of Warcraft cataclysm from happening.
Basically, it's just beating that one quest.
Yeah.
And the way I'm seeing it is that they're just having fun.
Yeah.
And I wish we had more of that, honestly.
Just gamers being gamers.
Yeah, why don't we get more of that?
Yeah.
Because they take everything so goddamn seriously, and even the other gamers who should be gamers, they take it.
Yeah, they take it
way
seriously
too
too.
seriously.
Yeah. I won't leave anyone behind. But okay, if I die, I will just have a 10-second cooldown before I can be summoned in again.
I think actually 1 minute cooldown.
Probably, yeah.
Again, you can survive 1 minute.
That's still a lot of time, though.
It's a lot of time. Yeah, I guess.
Like, think if every time you died in World of Warcraft, you had to wait an entire minute before you could play again.
It doesn't really matter because you need to walk back to your corpse anyway.
Yeah, okay, but before you could walk back to your corpse, you had to wait a minute.
I've never
I would
played
take
World of Warcraft.
Basically,
that's
if you
a
die, you need to
conversation
walk
for
back to
another
your
day.
corpse. So, but I would take a minute's wait time instead of that. Okay, fine. Have we talked enough of damsels in distress now?
Yes.
Yeah,
Good.
all right.
Let's get on.
By the way, what do you think about the picture here? Like, it's not,
What
I don't know
is-
where the hell it's from, but originally I wanted like different images of characters just saving someone, but then when I found this picture, I was like, no, this encapsulates
Yes.
everything.
It really looks like some fan of Sword Art Online took some. It looks like they took 2 pictures and put them together.
What I love about it,
doesn't
basically,
look
like Asuna is like making a sort of like a cutesy pose with like
no.
her face, like
It's like sitting like Ariel on that stone.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
ocean.
no one sits like that in real life. It's actually really uncomfortable. No, anyway. Yeah, moving on.
Says the 2 men. Fine. Ooh, world building.
World building. Oh, this is yours, Bled.
Oh yeah, right. I really like the world building in Sword Art Online. Aincrad, cool. You have this big tower. Is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Every layer of the tower is a new world, right?
Yes.
So yes.
Yeah, that's so cool. And you need, if you want to progress to a new, what could we call it, zone, you need to beat a boss. So cool. And the design of the tower is also very cool. This round egg-shaped thing with magical swords around it that makes it hover. Oh yeah, it's cool. I like yeah, it's cool. It's good fantasy. Mwah.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't actually get to see much of the world because the Aincrad
many
arc
levels did
ends
they
after
defeat?
12 episodes. They don't even get to level 100.
How many layers did they defeat?
75, I think.
27? 75?
Yeah, 75. Yeah. And how many of them do we actually get to see?
Oh, no.
I mean, they're stuck in the game for
5.
2.5 years, and we don't get to see almost nothing of it.
So yeah, cool.
You want to talk about some of the other worlds, maybe?
Yeah, the Alfheim. I actually don't really. It's almost like Naruto. We're Naruto. We have these different kind of empires in this fantasy world. But it's cool with the tree in the middle, and
and they each compete to try to get up the top.
That's cool. It's both world built on the what is it called? What could we call a race to the top factor? So I like it. It's cool. I like it.
Those platforms on the picture, with the like Nike symbol underneath.
Oh yeah,
Do they
right.
Do they ever show how they get up on those?
No, I don't think they do actually.
To just teleport or something?
Maybe.
Fast travel.
Yeah, probably.
They just fast travel all the way.
Yes, so.
Or maybe
Sword
they're
Art
part of the
Online,
map that you
lost
can't
by
go
Nike.
to. There's an invisible ball in front of them.
Oh God.
You know,
Oh,
if they
that-
actually took in some more regular video game elements in it, I think that would make the show a little more funny and enjoyable.
Yeah.
But
It would.
you haven't talked about the Gun Gale world.
Gun Gale. It's not again the obviously dystopic. What could we call it?
Like post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic deserts, and it's looks like a war-ridden world where again everything it's obviously made for a shooting game because every terrain is it looks like it would have been made for such kind of game. It's not my aesthetic, but for what it needs to do, it works. I like the city. It was fun. It was a bit fun in the first episode in the Gun Gale Online that we need to get to the hub, the contest, and the place where you sign up, and the shop is on the other side of the city. Again, design wise it's not clever, but it's a cool bit of world building tidbit. I like it. Do we have any other worlds? No,
not in the
Think so.
first 2 seasons.
But yeah, I really like the fantasy inspired ones, especially
Yeah, me
Minecraft,
too.
because the idea of just a tower hovering in the world in the sky with a new world on every layer. Cool.
So you would play it if it became a real game.
Sword Art Online seems like a really grind heavy game. I don't have time for that.
No, fair.
I would fucking love it.
Do we have more to add to this?
Nah.
All right. Game mechanics.
Yay!
This is also yours, Lev.
Yeah. It's
So-
cool that we have some, but then again, you talked about could we bring in more game mechanics?
Yeah,
That would
we don't
be-
actually see much of it, and what we do
Right.
see is pretty basic. Like you can friend someone, you can form a party,
Yeah.
you can send a message, you have an item
guild.
box.
Yeah, it's
Pretty-
It seems like something that again, I don't own a VR set, but I would think that's how it would work. You make some kind of gesture command, and then a menu jumps up. Seems logical. I like it.
Yeah, but I feel like they don't try to go as far with the game. This being an actual video game, I don't feel they go as far with that concept as they could. But to me, it almost feels like they wanted it to be a fantasy where they're trapped in a fantasy world, because they try to show as little of, this is a video game as possible. So if they actually wanted to go with the whole, like, this is an actual video game, try to show a bit more of it, or do a little more with that idea. They didn't. So yeah, it just seems like to me they only showed the bare minimum.
What was the reason?
Sorry, I
What's
had to
the-
go for a minute.
Okay. Was there
I'm
any
back
reason?
now. Don't worry.
Okay. Was there any reason for there was no NPCs in the game?
Well, there
In the Sword
were.
Online?
There was actually a lot of NPCs. And remember, there's that one scene where Kirito is an absolute idiot, where he's they're talking about how to beat a boss, and Asuna comes up with an idea where the boss would be distracted by killing like civilian NPCs, and while it's doing that, then we could kill the boss. And Kirito is like, nope, we can't sacrifice the NPCs. Like, what are you, a monster?
Yeah.
And for some reason, we as the audience, we're clearly supposed to take Kirito's side in this. That's how it's presented. But it's like, are you an absolute idiot?
Wait a second. That wasn't in that plot point. That idea wasn't just from the what was it called? The
strategy guide.
No. The what is it called? The 4-star.
Huh?
4-star.
What are you guys talking about right now?
I'm talking about the.
They're talking about the abridged version.
Yeah. That wasn't something that they just brought in from the abridged version. That was actually a thing.
That was actually a thing
originally. Oh, that's so bad.
I know, right?
That's so bad.
Like, and then Kirito ends up like going and not helping them against the boss because he can't agree with their methods.
Okay, and just so you are logged in, there's a bridge. You know what? Do you know what a bridge is?
Okay, there's some people on the YouTube that are making a parody of the show by using scenes from the show. It's called Sword Art Online, a bridge. It's made by Something Witty Entertainment. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
A shout out.
I really thought that idea came from the abridged version. That's so dumb. That's so. And why did you make me watch this anime? Jesus Christ, it's so bad.
It's shit. Exactly. It's shit. I wanted you guys to watch it because it's shit. It's full of bullshit. It's such a bad show.
And it was on Netflix for a long
time. Even your pet is unsatisfied. Yeah, tell them about it.
So so there were NPCs in the game. We just didn't get to see them. And the entire plot point of that whole thing with Kirito, it's something about Kirito telling Asuna to not focus too much on trying to beat the game, but try to enjoy living life inside the game. I think that's the entire point. And there could be something about like, okay, try to relax a little. Don't actually don't like burn yourself out just focusing on beating the game. Also try to live life while you have it. I think there could be a message there, but they fumbled it up.
Yeah, they did.
By Kirito putting the lives of NPCs over the lives of his fellow people. That makes no sense. And it's not NPCs like Yui. It's not that kind of.
No.
It just I had these 3 dialogues thing.
Yes.
I can say 3 things.
Do you want to purchase my goods?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Those are the kind of NPCs that he will not sacrifice to beat a boss.
Oh my god. Okay. That's all I had from game mechanics, and I just. Oh man, that was actually. No.
You realize they use the same game mechanics in all the games.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Fine. Well, let's get on.
Okay. The villains.
Oh, face.
Yes.
Suffering. My brain, it hurts.
So yeah, this is possibly the worst villain in anime history.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a good way.
He's definitely a contestant for worst villain, and again, as you said, worst written villain.
Yeah. There is nothing likable about the guy. Every time I see him on screen, I just want to turn it off and go, move on, please.
Punch him.
Yes. And I have watched series that have serial killers and jumped up in joy every time they come up on screen. So
yeah, again, a villain can be good if it's written good.
Yes.
Again, take Joker.
For one, yeah, he got his own movie. Like,
Yeah. Oh God.
but
Okay.
okay, he's not the only villain. The first villain is
Yeah.
Kayaba Akihiko, the one who made Sword Art
Ooh.
Online. The
I
game.
like that guy.
Yeah, he's cool, and he's the villain throughout everything.
And he forgot why he did it.
Really?
Yes.
Did
Like, don't you remember? Like in the last episode of the first arc, Kirito asked him, "Why did you do this?" And then he responds with looking into the sky, saying, "You know, I don't even remember anymore."
I'm just a sick dude. Just want to see what happened.
So
And I
you
want
don't remember
data.
why you murdered thousands of people? No.
Oh, that's
Like, dude,
good.
it's been 2 years. So,
And then again,
what?
Kaiba is brought up in the end of the second season. Again, he is what's it,
Wife.
his assistant, yeah, his wife. Yeah. Again, the system where Yuki was in, that was the data or something, the plans for that was written by Kaiba and his wife. That's actually a bit cool that he's always brought up again.
Yeah, but one thing that I find that really weird is throughout the series, both Kirito and Asuna, they actually bring up the guy more than once, but they always do it in a respectful way, like in a respectful tone. Like Asuna keeps on referring to him as the commander and all that, even though he's the guy that trapped you in that game for 2.5 years. He's the guy that murdered thousands of people. Shouldn't you guys be a bit angry? Like, why do the show keep on making it look like we're supposed to like the guy?
Yeah,
that's weird in a way.
It's weird.
But
let's. Yep.
Okay, should we talk about the character?
No.
Okay, so the next villain we want to talk about is Defcon, and he.
Yeah.
We have to.
Please.
We have to talk about this guy, the elf guy.
The elf guy.
You know, it says something that he's the only character I can't remember the name of.
Oh man,
because I just want to forget him.
He's just
his grand plan. Let's go over this. His grand plan is to use some of the people who were in Sword Art Online, take their cyber bodies and then perform experiment on them so he can perfect mind control technology and then sell it as like a military weapon. And at the same time, he wants to get into the Yuki family fortunes by marrying Asuna in the real world while Asuna is in a coma, which you can apparently do that. And that's his grand plan basically. And then he also wants to make Asuna into his subservient wife by using mind control technology on her. And then he also likes to play a god in a video game because it makes him feel good, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, we all on board?
Oh, I just locked out for a second there.
I could hear you.
Yeah. I muted myself from here. I needed to get it all out, all my frustration. Oh god.
So yeah, that's his grand plan as far as villains go.
He's just a creep. The first scene with he's just so smug and tells Kirito, oh yeah, you had 3 years in this game together, but I have money and I'm gonna marry this this girl while she's in this game, unable to get back to the real world. And this hospital is owned by me. Don't mind me while I smell her hair. What a romance.
Yes, do you know how much money you spent on making sure that Asuna still looked good while she was in her coma?
Oh,
he actually says that, and it's what?
Did he?
Yes, he mentioned that he spent a lot of money on making sure that Asuna's coma body would still look good. Like someone would still
Like what,
trim her
makeup or
hair or
something?
something.
Oh.
I think like taking care of her hair and stuff. It's
that's
what?
so creepy. So
Yeah, and for some reason his henchmen are in the form of slugs.
let's call them what they are, tentacle monsters.
Yeah.
That's the real reason. He's
And
a
they
messed
end
up character.
They end up like picking Asuna up with their
Yeah.
tentacles.
Yeah.
Why did they do this?
It was again, I'm holding my fingers a centimeter apart right now. It was this close for a PG-18 rated scene. It was.
Oh, by the way, he's also an idiot. Let's just get that out of the way. He actually tells Asuna that that Kirito is alive, which Asuna didn't know, and that that Kirito is probably trying to save her. And he also, though this is more thanks to Asuna being awesome, that she manages to temporarily escape, that she gets captured by the slug people.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. And the final battle between him and Kirito, where he uses admin privileges to make Kirito really heavy, and then he has his way with Asuna while Asuna is naked.
Yeah.
And they use Asuna's hair to cover up the naughty bits, and it's like, and then he
it's
licks
so
her tears.
Yeah,
He
it's so
licks her
uncomfortable. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Oh no.
Yeah. Okay.
And he tells her that he's gonna log out and do the unmentionables with her, but she's still locked off. I want to rip my brain out right now and wash it with soap.
I have to wonder, when Reiki Kawahara was making this character, what was he trying to go for? Like,
again,
no fucking
do we
idea.
know how do we know how old he was when I just think he was very young and he just wanted to make
it's true.
what
like this.
What do people not like? Well, they don't like creepy creep guys.
Yeah, I know he made the original sort of online novel when he was very young, and I've also heard that nowadays he actually regrets some of his writing decisions.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And also there's a rape scene in the third season as well, though there's a rape scene in every season of Sword Art Online, and at least the one in the third season, I know he regrets writing that one at least, so maybe he also regrets the way that.
Really fucking hope so.
Yeah.
Well, let's go on to
a better villain. Def Gun. Yeah, that guy. Okay. Now, Def Gun, I would say right off the back that he's clearly a Darth Vader clone, and as far as villains go, he's okay. Like,
he's okay. The idea why he wants to kill people is dumb.
But because he's cray-cray. He's basically just cray-cray.
But also they are so mad that this character, this person made me invest points in the wrong skills. Now I need to start a new character up and invest time to make that. Oh no, I need to kill him. It's so no.
Well, that's one part of Def Gun is like 3 people, right? It's only like one of them who were like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna Google who it is. I have no fucking idea who that is.
Def Gun?
Don't you know Def Gun?
Yeah, I don't remember.
The guy who shoots people in game and they die in real life, man.
Yeah, the guy who's like who always makes the phone a cross before he kills
seriously
them.
And if you make me watch Sword Art Online 2 and not and you haven't watched it yourself,
I have watched it.
I'm
just
gonna
a really long time ago.
I'm gonna strangle my fucking pillow.
I swear I have watched this. It's just so long ago, and I didn't rewatch all of it for this episode.
Fine.
But he actually, one thing about Def Gun that I will say, he actually does manage to give Kirito a run for his money. like in a one-on-one fight. Yeah, if not for Xenon being there, Kirito might not have won actually. So I'll give him that much.
Yeah.
And there's really not much to say about Defcon. Like, he's an alright villain for what it is, but like he's nothing to write home about.
We have already talked about Xenon's friend. That's a part.
I don't want to talk about him anymore.
No, I don't want to talk.
The fact that we can't have a male friend of another female character that isn't Kirito. Like, I actually liked the guy before they showed him.
But too. I liked him.
But here's the thing, like Klein, the reason he's part of the group is because he's friends with Kirito. If that other guy had been ended up becoming a part of the group, it would have been because he's friends with Xenon.
Oh yeah,
you get it?
And that doesn't work. That doesn't work at all.
No.
We only collect the female for the harem. Every guy character came with a starter set.
Besides, the running gag with Klein is the fact that he can't get any girls. That's a running gag.
And I don't understand that he's handsome in real life too, right?
I think in universe he's actually referred to as not looking that good.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Man.
Man. They just want that black-haired Kirito looking dudes, I guess.
Fine. Okay, let's jump. This villains just make me sad.
I just want to say, like, one thing I want to mention when it comes to villains, is that some people that should have been a lot more just there as villains is those are the killer guilds in sort of online.
Oh yeah, Laughing Coffin.
Yeah, Laughing Coffin. Why aren't they the villains for a good part of the first part? That would have been so interesting to see, like, a focus on, these people have basically gone insane by being trapped in a game, and then they kill other people because, they can do it.
The whole mechanic where your avatar name becomes red, right?
Yeah.
Am I remember?
Orange becomes orange.
Basically becomes orange, but then that's only if you kill like one person or something. But then if you repeatedly kill, then it becomes red.
Yeah, you become a killer player killer.
Yeah, like, again, why didn't they focus more on that? Actually showing the stakes and that how much this hurts people. We barely got any of that, mostly because Kirito is so strong. He does nothing bothers him. But actually showing that,
And why wasn't the thing that Defcon was a part was one person from this group? Why wasn't that a far bigger issue or something? Maybe there was more of them or something.
Again, Sword Art Online was a great idea, which was executed poorly. Like, actually showing how being trapped in a game for years would affect someone's psyche. Oh no, we're not going to show that. Instead, let's just show Kirito being cool and also some more. Yeah. Again, that's the villains. Yeah, they're not really a villain for Yuki and Asuna's arc, is there?
Mom, maybe.
But she can't.
Or is it? It's more obstacle, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, her biggest threat is saying that she can't play video games.
You need to focus more on her school, so don't play.
You're getting straight A's, but that's not good enough. You need to do better. What logic is there? Yeah. Like, you're getting top grades, but that's not good enough for you.
Nope.
Anyway. Should we move on?
Let's do it.
What did I say? Good ideas, poor execution.
Oh man, Klein.
Yeah. This is the scene where Klein is in shock that Kirito has got a hot girl and he doesn't.
Why have you made this slide where is it to summarize everything?
It's basically like I'm Kirito right now, the viewer, doing the hand in front of sort of online. Like, what are you doing? Are you doing okay? Like,
Yeah.
Are you thinking straight? Because to me, I said this many times throughout the session, that Sword Art Online is basically just a bunch of ideas which you could do a lot with, and then done so badly.
Mm.
Mention just any plot point, it could be done better.
You're right. And I think we are already.
I know we already gone through a lot of
I
it.
feel like we covered the subject.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, I was going to mention all of these things I want to mention here are already mentioned.
Yeah, we have already mentioned that.
Yeah, basically the villains could have been better. More focus on other characters, less focus on Kirito. Some more
supporting
focus on the
characters could have
relationships.
had more screen time.
Yeah. Give Kirito a character, like an actual personality, some more character development, some more
Flaws.
some more showing that this is actually a game, some more consequences for actions. Let's just one thing I want to mention that we showed with Kirito, that Kirito apparently is a murderer who has killed 3 people, and he apparently forgot about that until season 2, where he's reminded of it. And then he goes again for 1 episode, like, oh my god, I actually did kill people. And then the sexy nurse gives him a hug, and then he gets over it.
Yeah. Oh,
and then he's back in the
nurse. The nurse again. Oh.
And am I the only one feeling uncomfortable that she kept on touching Kirito's behind?
Yeah, and that she was the one watching. Why?
Why
was?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
It's so.
And she's an adult doing that to a 17-year-old, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, what wasn't it that guy from the secret agency or something?
Yeah, the Japanese FBI, whatever it is.
Yeah. What wasn't he the one who chose her?
Yeah, she was.
That's so
like bad. What didn't they also say that she was the one looking after him while he was in the hospital sort of online, and he was trapped there as well?
God, no.
I think they mentioned that.
For 2 years.
2.5 years.
But
she's just been just been staring at him sleeping for 2.5 years.
Washing his butt.
Well, someone had to take his pee whenever he went.
Yep. Oh, come on.
Pee.
That's funny.
Yeah. Really, my brain is just trying to run away from fucking. Okay, let's go on.
Yeah, okay.
Done.
We all agree. Oh, you can really see the fidget spinner on his uniform here.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
Oh my, Kirito is such a person who would head a fidget spinner.
Just
the animation.
The animation.
Yeah.
The animation is alright. It's actually pretty good.
It's cool. I really like all the particle effects and the light effects. Beautiful.
And the colors.
Yeah, I love the colors, Ellen. And this is where it actually really works, that it's in a video game. Just give it a lots of shiny colors, making it good to look at. You can get away with that by saying, oh, it's a video game, so it's supposed to look good.
Can we bring in the music here too? The animations and the music complement each other very, very well. Actually, that's what I think makes the whole game experience of the series. It sells this gaming power fantasy well, the animation and the music. It's good.
Like I said, it was the music and the look of it that actually made me want to watch it the first time. It's like I mentioned when we first started this.
Yeah. It's a princess.
What?
Yeah.
And one thing I want to mention, just when we're here, that in the battles, one thing I actually like is that they actually did try to give both Kirito and Asuna 2 different fighting styles. With Asuna using that rapier, and Kirito using more like regular swords, for lack of a better word.
Dual wielding.
Yeah, when he's not dual wielding. then he becomes the dual wielder because he has to be the edge lord.
Cool one.
Yeah, the edge lord.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know if I have said this before, but it has what I call budget animation, where all the scenes where there isn't much action movement, again they pace the animation where it's very needed. All the fight scenes I think are very very pretty and very well animated. But then again, they pace it a little bit down in all the scenes that doesn't need it that much.
Yeah, and you have more to say about the animation? Because there's one thing I want to discuss that doesn't really have anything to do with the animation, but it works for the pictures.
Bring it in.
All right, because the relationship between Kirito and Asuna, and I actually think that this relationship, like they're both on the screen here, so I just think it's worth bringing up. I actually think it works pretty well, actually, for the most part. They're a pretty happy couple for what we see together. And I actually think the anime does a fine job of making me like the Kirito Asuna relationship. It of course makes the whole harem part not work, but focus on just the relationship between Kirito and Asuna. I think it works. I think it's a pretty stable, positive anime relationship, actually.
All the other girl characters are really bad friends. They always talk about, oh, I want to have my time with Kirito now, and you can hog all the time for him with him for yourself, Asuna.
Oh
they are a couple. You should not talk about these things right beside them, or not even think about them. Be happy that your friends are happy together, and get on. Maybe get off the screen and talk with some people, not online. Maybe you'll find a friend.
Oh, that would be a good spin-off, not online.
Boyfriend. No.
Then it's just about them when they're not playing video game.
Yeah.
Get a life, not online.
Just a mini series with all the girl side characters actually finding love, not online.
Sure, why not? They should call it that: finding love, not online.
Yeah,
right there.
Some undertitle. Yeah. Perfect.
So anyway, one thing I want to make, like I mentioned before, it tries to be a harem series, but failing at it is that other harem series also usually actually has a main girl that the main character either likes or will probably end up being the one that he likes. But the way that other harem series can get away with this is by not having the main character get together with the main girl like so fast. Usually it only ends up like at the end of the series, or at least, or there's a reason why even if they get together very early on, it's usually like a fake get together or something. That's how other harem series gets away with having a lot of characters liking the main character, even though there is a main like girl. But Sword Art Online fails at this because Kirito and Asuna actually get together pretty early on in the series, and they actually end up getting married. Funnily enough,
come on.
But it also ends
in game.
Yeah, in game.
Oh.
Yeah,
they're such losers. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, they're just modern.
But imagine having a boyfriend and you are getting married online instead of in real life.
To be fair, it was while they were still trapped in the game. Yeah. So like for all they know, they could die in the game tomorrow.
That's true.
So
they're still losers though, but okay.
But one thing that, again, it comes back. So because they want to keep having Kirito keep on like getting more harem members, every time Kirito introduces Asuna, he does not introduce her as his girlfriend or wife or anything. It's always just Asuna. Sometimes he calls her his partner, but never girlfriend or wife.
Yeah, because
such a fuck boy.
Yeah,
he really is a fuck boy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah.
God damn it.
Something last thing I want to say about the animation. The openings are okay.
I don't remember.
That says
skipped
everything you need to know about the opening. If you don't remember them, that means it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And
That's all I have for the animation.
Yeah, I
Pretty.
don't have any more either.
I don't either. This is yours,
that
and
was
what
mine.
would we do if
Yes.
we were trapped?
Finally, the good stuff.
Okay, what
Ladies
would you
and
guys do?
gentlemen.
Because I know what I would do.
Okay, we're finishing
Ladies
with
and
you.
gentlemen,
Fine.
Dear,
Okay.
dear listeners, this is what you have waited for. 1.5 hours in this episode. Finally.
What would we do if we're trapped? Okay, I used to some time ago when I talked with a different friend, and we were both anime fans, and we also both were fans of like the isekai genre, and we always joked about that if we were trapped, end up being like trapped in another world or in a video game, whatever, we would be like, yes, no more real world bullshit. Now I'm in a fantasy world. Yes, that was our joke.
Yeah.
And
Now that you are adult, how do you think about it now?
I probably would still be yes.
Really?
Thank you. As long if it was set up in the same way that an anime is, honestly. Like
But
if you have it
seriously,
in
you
real
could die
life,
at any moment.
all I have to
from,
do is not
this-
die. Like,
This,
dude, I could also
this,
die
like,
in the
Wow.
real
dragon.
world.
I don't know. I would.
But
Again,
let's say-
if I got isekai'd, do we have more? What would the first thing you would do when you get isekai'd?
Okay, the problem with
But
that you would have
isekai.
to. It means another world. It's
Okay.
basically means trapped in another
Teleported
world.
to another world. Yeah.
But the problem with that is it depends on how you were isekai. Like, okay, with this one is specifically if we were trapped in a game. That's a specific kind of isekai. And then, of course, the first question would be what game, because that changes everything.
Oh yeah.
Because like, what if I was trapped in, I don't know, World of Warcraft?
Dark Souls.
Oh God, Dark Souls.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you.
no Dark Souls. If I were trapped in Dark Souls, I would be like, well, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
I might as well just commit suicide because I can't finish this. Or what if we were trapped in, I don't know, Diner City or something?
What?
What's that?
Dino City?
It's
No, the cooking game.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
I would
you had-
love it. I would
like-
fucking love it.
Like all you had to do every day was just command your restaurant, and it has to be a success.
I
Oh,
would
I
hate
would
it.
be a. No, I would become a waiter or waitress. I would walk around in a cute waitress skirt because
Like
fuck,
if you were
I'm
trapped in
isekai.
Restaurant Simulator.
Yes, I would have the cutest waitress skirt.
Oh God, what
And that-
if you were
and that
trapped
would
in
be-
Strip Bar Simulator?
I would still walk around in a cute waitress skirt, and then
No,
I
man.
would probably rip it off sometimes to get some money. I don't. Again, if that's the thing, that doesn't matter. I would still be cute.
Okay.
You're just envious because I want because of my cuteness. If I would become, be in a waitress skirt.
Okay, but let's try something. What if we were trapped in a game that, let's say we were trapped in the Sword Art Online game, as we've seen
Okay,
it.
I will 100% become a blacksmith. I
Would be a
would love
blacksmith?
it. Yes.
Hmm.
I would just love it. Oh my god.
Well, I'm just gonna say that the characters that are trapped in the game in the anime are all absolute idiots for the way they handle the bosses, because they have this idea that, oh, we have to beat the bosses as fast as possible. Like, you guys die in real life if you actually die. Why aren't you grinding the shit out of that first floor until you
Oh, we
Can you
actually
do that?
level up.
Can you actually do that, or is it just
just
you
spend
defeated-
a year in the first floor to make sure that you're really high level before you take on the boss?
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah,
you're
like,
right.
Why
Oh
are you
my
guys
god, they're
just-
so dumb.
yes?
But is it that kind of thing that the monsters don't respawn in the
Well,
dungeon?
that's just terrible game design.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
right.
yeah, I think they actually mentioned that there's that compared to other games, Sword Art Online doesn't respawn as much.
Oh,
But I'm just gonna say that's terrible game design. So I'm gonna
yeah,
call
that's so
BL.
Mm.
No one would BL a BS. no one would ever play that game.
nope.
Like imagine if there's a limit to monsters in World of Warcraft. Like what?
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, and then how would you do quests? If someone had already done the quest and slain the monster, does that mean that quest is now unavailable?
First to Mølle, first to
First one.
early bird gets the worm.
Yeah,
There
early
it
bird
is.
gets the worm. There it was. Yes, the Danish English translation.
The English.
The English.
Yeah, I'm just gonna So Sword Art Online, terrible game design, or either that or the players are idiots.
Mm.
Maybe both, actually.
And what would you do? Again, well, first I need to. Yeah, I first need to hear if you needed to be isekai to another to a gaming world.
Yeah.
What gaming world would you like to be isekai to? First of all.
Oh, such a tough one.
Again, I want to be a cute waitress in a cooking sim. So.
Oh, it's really tough. Maybe Red Dead.
Red Dead
Just become a
Redemption?
cowboy. Yes, I'll just become a cowboy.
Isn't that like a zombie game?
No,
Oh, it's part of it. That's Red
Is
Dead Nightmare.
Oh.
Cool. I haven't played it. I just know there's a lot of cowboy,
Love
and
cowboys.
it's open world and it's cool and
It
you
is.
shoot guns and do
It's a lot of
cowboy
fun.
stuff.
And there's a lot with
Yeah.
horses. I love horses, so
Hmm.
it would be fun, honestly.
Okay, now what would you do if you got isekai to Sword Art Online?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll become a blacksmith.
Oh,
I'll just like settle down in the first city or something and just be a blacksmith.
I would
But
probably.
doesn't one all your like once they get higher level, won't they leave you? Like if you just settle in that.
You just go to the next city then.
Yeah, but
Just
then you would have to
follow them
level up.
around. Don't you think that you level up when you do blacksmithing?
I think your blacksmithing might level up, but isn't okay. We don't actually know how the system works, but
No.
like Lisbeth mentions that she had to actually go out and get a pretty high level to get all the different like ingredients that she needs for her blacksmithing.
Oh.
So I think you have to be in like combat a lot of the times.
That really sucks. Okay, I think I will go around and taming animals then. I'll become one of the creature tamers.
Oh, like
Rogue the
Silica.
Dragon. Yeah.
It'll be a dragon tamer.
Yeah, and then I'll just sell them off. I'll like tame everything and just sell it.
No, that's not
Make
a
a
bad
lot
idea.
of money. I mean, everyone in the game probably wants like a pet or something. So I guess you can make like a lot of money on it.
Mm.
What about
I'll
you, Mads?
In Sword Art Online,
Hmm.
honestly, I would probably be like, I would probably join a guild, and then I would be one of those people who are not one of the leaders of the guild. I would be one of the background people.
Yeah, like a range.
Yeah, because that would be
No.
like I would be part of like this strong group, but I wouldn't be one of the people at the front. So I would be sure to like I'm part of the group. I'm doing my thing, but I'm not one of the people who would like die first if it is.
You would stand behind with a bow and arrow.
Exactly. I would be like, here, I'm throw the healing potion.
Yay. Yep. Well, I would grind a lot, and then I would gather a lot of materials, and I would probably bring them to you and make a cute waitress girl outfit, and then I would make a maid cafe, but the only waiter there is me.
You've been watching too much Maid Dragon, dude.
I want to become maid dragon, but I don't want to be a girl. I want to be a man.
And
I want to be a
and
man maid. Yeah, a man-made, but a
Man-made
dragon. I want to man-made dragon. Yes, that is.
We need to talk about that anime at one point in this show.
Yeah,
It deserves it.
it deserves it. So, yep. There's probably a clientele for that in Sword Art Online. Again, how many players was there?
10,000?
10,000?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
probably a
Oh,
clientele
no.
for. Oh,
Wasn't it like only 1,000 or something?
No,
was it
10,000.
only one? That was
Really?
And
10,000.
2,000 died in the first month.
Yes.
Yes, because they're all freaking idiots, like I said.
But
2,000 of them died in the first goddamn month. I can only imagine that they went screaming, running at the giant boar.
Probably.
Yeah. Instead, what they should have been doing is just slow grinding, because they got the time. Like they're trapped there.
As
They don't have
everybody
anything to
all
do.
the time in the world.
Yep. So then again, you would be background character helping.
Hey, you remember
in a
Klein
guild?
and his group? I would be one of the guys standing behind Klein there.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
And you would become a smith?
Blacksmith?
What? Blacksmith.
Yeah, or creature tamer. One of those.
Creature tamer.
And creatures tamer. You would use your dragon to fire up the smithery.
Oh wait, I'll just sell them. Like I will tame them, keep them,
And then
sell
sell.
them.
Cool.
Make a lot of profit.
And I would become a man-made in a fantasy world. What a dream.
There's like no purpose for it. It's
Perfect.
just an aesthetic.
No, it's not an aesthetic. It's a lifestyle, man. Made. Cool.
Yes, and I just realized that I'm an idiot and forgot to make the slide for next time. So,
Oh, it's okay.
so I think this is the last slide we have to be on.
Yeah.
This was the best slide ever. Anyway.
And what do you think about the what do you think about the great humor of showing the characters like in a video game form? Like what we were doing for Trapped in a game. You see what I did there?
Ooh, so clever.
I know.
Well, it's my turn to choose.
Yes, it is. So,
And ladies and gentlemen, can I have a silent not death roll, but drum roll, just with your fingertips, and it will be anime fights. The best
anime
best-
fights.
Yeah,
Okay.
anime fights, all of them. The stories behind them, the animations, everything. I want to talk about anime fights because we don't need to watch any specific anime to talk about them. There's a lot of them. We have probably watched a lot of anime fights in our lifetime. So
Yes,
let's bring the best of the best. The fight of the fights.
Isn't that a song? Da, 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 da. You know.
Are you talking about Through the Fire and Flames or what?
I think it was like that one with the tiger thing.
No,
the
no,
tiger.
that's the Eye of a Tiger.
Yeah, that one.
Cool. So yeah, anime fights.
Yes, and
That's
now
cool.
we're actually going to do a proper outro this time. Just gonna say it. All right. So this has been the Anime Masters of the Apocalypse Anime Talks, episode 2, and we talked about Sword Art Online. And thank you for listening. Remember to like and subscribe, and remember to comment. We don't, as far as I've seen, we don't have any comments yet, so that would be awesome to see.
Wow.
And please don't flame us too hard.
We're just
Please
people.
blame us.
Yes,
Roast
fans.
us.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry for hating on the Sword Art Online.
oh yeah, if you really love Sword Art Online, I'm sorry for everything we said.
Yeah.
Remember that it's just our opinions. Our opinions don't mean more than your opinion. If you love Sword Art Online, then that's fine. Like, then more power to you, dude. Just keep on liking it. That's fine.
Yeah.
It just didn't
Cringe.
touch us.
It's
Yeah.
so cringe if someone actually like this show, honestly.
Way to destroy
Way
everything
to
I just said.
destroy everything. Fine.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time. Yeah.
Yep.
Hi.
Bye.
Bye.